Vince again with another installment of my Learn Together series. So I'm going to be getting, just got my next spider from JamiesTarantulas.com. So this will be a review for Jamie's Tarantulas. This is the Lampropelma violaceopes, I think it's how it's said. It's the Singapore Blue. So about 1 3/4 inches this one is. So I'm going to do a review of unboxing that and getting the sling out. I got an enclosure set up for it. But before we get started with that, I just want to tell you about some flack I've taken from my last couple videos. This is what happens when friends and family watch. My mom, who doesn't live with me, just so you know, I don't live with my mom. I've raised a child, I'm married. But my mom watched my last video and she said I was slouching. Slouching. She said it looked like I was folded in half. I don't even know what that means. So I usually sit like this. I guess that makes me look like I'm folded in half and I'm slouching. So for my mom, I've got to sit kind of up like this and with my shoulders back so my mom doesn't think I'm slouching. So if you're going to do a video, keep that in mind. Some of my friends, David and Patrick from Elba, New York, who watch my videos, they're friends of mine, mentioned to me that I was pronouncing Chilean rose hair incorrectly, that it's Chilean rose hair. So, you know, you'd think you could just put a video out there and people would enjoy watching it, but I guess not. You're going to get these kind of critiques, so no slouching, no mispronunciation. So sorry if I do mispronounce something, but I'm sure it will be pointed out to me. That having been said, we can move on with the video series now. So I'm going to unpack my tarantula from JamiesTarantulas.com. I've got an enclosure set up for it. This is a little bit big for this because it's only 1 3/4 inches to 2 inches, but it's easier to do this now. I mean, a molt or two and it'll be big enough for this. The Singapore Blues do like to web, so I put the little flexible branches in there so that it can web around if it wants. And so we'll get the spider out, open the packaging, and let you see how it's packed. We'll do a review, and then I'll put it into the new enclosure. Now, without having looked inside, probably the only downside I would have for this transaction so far is it doesn't appear anywhere on Jamie's website or that she even has the option to have them overnighted. So it just gets priority mail. So I'm in New Hampshire, she's in California, so 3 days traveling here. So that's longer than I like for a living animal, but I didn't see an option to overnight it. Doesn't look like she offers that. But other than that, you know, all the transaction went smooth. So I'm going to shut off the camera, reposition it on the floor so you can see me open it, and we'll see how this part of it goes too. I have purchased some things from her in the past, enclosures and things that have been fantastic and well packaged, so I expect nothing less here also. So let me pause the camera and then we'll get set up to open the package. Alright, I've got everything I need here. I've got the package. Got my trusty carpet installer's knife from when I used to install carpet for 20-some years. That's great for opening boxes. Got my paintbrush to direct the spider, my tweezers to get the little paper towels out. Of a bigger container in case it tries to go quick, like if it takes off, because these are pretty fast spiders. Usually after they're being shipped they're a little lethargic, so I haven't had a problem with one taking off, but this, in case it does, I can kind of get this over it without, you know, risking smashing it. And then I have the small one that I want to coax it into so that I can then get this down into here and get it out. Because this, I can get this down in here, but it's a little more difficult. So I've got everything I need here. We're going to go ahead and unpack this. Well, packing is good. This is a heat pack. 3 days. It's got a tiny bit of warmth left, and she's got a hole in there for the heat to get through, and styrofoam, and you can see the styrofoam all around. She made a styrofoam box inside. Plenty of popcorn packaging, and here he is right inside. So we'll take a look. Singapore Blue, we'll get them out. and he appears to be alive and well. Well, that's him right down there. Let's see if I can get you a little close-up view. Hopefully he doesn't take off. But now I'll try to get him into his little enclosure. That shouldn't be too hard to do. I probably don't need any of the, probably not going to need any of the packaging. I can probably just do this. Yeah, so this is clearly a bit big for him. I don't know if you can see him in there. Might even be a little too big. I might have to put him in something smaller than this, because this is probably a lot more room. I think I kind of thought he'd be a little bit bigger at 1 3/4 to 2 inches, it says. That might be 1 inch, I would think. So he's kind of tiny. So I might have to move him into a different enclosure. But he seems to be alive and doing fine. We'll give him some time in there to adjust and settle in. But I would say, all in all, a good experience with Jamie'sTarantulas.com. Again, it was well packed. Plenty of packing material. The heat pack. Like I said, that might be a little smaller than I was expecting, but that's okay. In a few molts, it'll be good to go. But I might put it into a smaller container than that. But anyway, a good transaction. I'll give a thumbs up to. I've got to remember not to slouch. Shoulders back, sit up straight. Thumbs up to Jamie's Tarantulas for a good transaction, a healthy spider. So I will probably move that into a smaller enclosure. And when I do an update on some of the tarantulas I have, I'll show you the new enclosure that it's in. And again, remember, don't tell my wife about this. She doesn't know I got this 6th one. So, you know, I'll just let her come down and look once or twice and see if she notices it, and see how long I get away with this for. Anyways, that's it on the Lampropelma violaceopes, if I'm pronouncing that right. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.